Let's see. Who have I got today? Hans Wormhat.
Hans Wormhat.
That's what I said. Hans Wormhat.
Hans Wormhat. This is proof from the corona hoax, indirectly from the corona hoax, that the earth is flat.
Huh? Oh. Fuck no, I'm out. I'm done. Bye.
And the lowered levels of pollution have cleared up the skies, and people can see mountain ranges from impossibly distant locations.
Do I have to do this? Fucking no money. This guy's a fucking idiot. He's a fucking absolute fucking cockwomble. You promised me when you found me another video you wouldn't find me a dickhead like this. No, fine. Fuck it.
If NASA ball Earth were true. But you live on a flat Earth, and maybe that's one of the intentions of forcing people to live in cities and drive around cars, and maybe that's part of it, part of the deception, to hide the truth from people. And here's one way that the truth has been hidden. People can't even see distant mountains that they used to be able to see because of modern day pollution.
Oh, Hans. Even if for 1 second I was going to entertain your premise here that the only reason why we've got the big smoky foggy shit in the sky from pollution is to stop people being able to see these long away mountains, you're forgetting one crucial point. We have known since before the Industrial Revolution that the world was round. So before there was all this pollution that could stop you from seeing these long away mountains, so you could see them, we already knew the world was round. You see, the problem with flat earthers like you is you want to see a conspiracy where there isn't one. And I know it kind of makes you feel special, but trust me, you're fucking special anyway. I'm pretty sure they're gonna let you ride the special bus.
And a lot of people don't get it. They don't get you shouldn't be able to see this far on ball Earth.
Actually, Hans, you're completely wrong here. Given the height of that mountain, the distance between the two locations, and the height of the observer, you should be able to see that mountain range. And just for the people out there who can understand, I'm gonna lay you down some maths. So, as we can see from Hans' little Twitter grab here, this person was in Jalanda, I'm sorry if I'm butchering the names of these places, and was looking at the mountain range in Dahulada. They were on the rooftop of their house, looking out the distance to this mountain. Their statement is quite categorically that due to the lifting of the pollution, because of the lockdown, because of coronavirus, they can now see the mountain range from their home. So let's see if this holds up, shall we? Here we have a map of the road trip from Jalhanda to Dalhada. Now, as you can see, the distance that's given here is 213 kilometers. Now, that's a fairly decent distance. And, yeah, normally you wouldn't be able to see something at that distance. But we're talking about a mountain range here. A particularly high mountain range. And a person standing on the roof of their fucking house. So here we have Wikipedia's information of Dahalada's height. Now, I know I wouldn't normally want to use Wikipedia as a reference, but I think in this case, when we're just talking about the heights of a mountain range, we're fairly safe. So, the highest peak in the range is the Horman Tiba. It's about 6,000 meters high, so 5,982 meters high. That's almost 6 kilometers. That's a bloody high mountain. But there are several peaks which are close to 5,100 meters, you know, so the average of the range is actually fairly high. Definitely all approaching that 5 kilometer height. So that certainly gives us a huge advantage with seeing this mountain range from a fairly long distance. So let's take this information we have and put it into our Earth curve calculator. Now, we know the guy's standing on the roof, and most roofs are about 3 meters off the ground, and we can assume that he's more than a meter tall if he's standing on his roof. So I think we're pretty safe to say that his eye height is probably around the 4 meter mark. And we know that our target distance is 213 kilometers. Well, it's probably actually less than that because we've got the road distance to the mountain range. But let's go with that anyway, just so we can err on the side of caution. And of course, if we calculate that, we've got a horizon distance of 7 kilometers. But because of the height of the mountain range, only 3,325 meters of the mountain range is actually hidden. Now that's well below that sort of average peak level for the mountain and significantly below the tallest peak height. So yeah, if you've got a nice clear sky with no pollution, you're gonna see this mountain. Sorry, Hans, you're just wrong.
And you can tell that the mountain is not angling away from you.
The mountain is not angling away from you. Do you have any idea how fucking enormous the Earth is? The little arc that you see over 200 kilometers of the Earth's surface is a mere fraction of the size of the entire fucking planet. The angular distance between where you are and where that mountain is only couple of degrees, and when you're looking at something from front on and it's angling away from you, you are not going to be able to fucking see that, you dipshit, you absolute cock-wombling fucking fool.
Think of how ball Earth would work. The mountain would be angling away from you at this point, but it almost looks like a picture book. That's just how optics works.
The optics don't enter into it. You are only talking about a small fraction of the Earth's surface. You are not going to be able to see that difference between those two parts of that little arc of the Earth's surface. As I've said, you are a fuckhead.
Because by the time a mountain is really, really far away from you, you're not going to see much depth when it comes to the mountain. The mountain's just going to look like a flat image.
Wow. After you trying to tell people that they could see that little tiny lean away from them, you're now going to say, you're not going to see it in 3 dimensions anyway. Way to debunk yourself, you fucking dickhead.
And maybe that's the idea, where they get the idea for picture books. Look at that. Wow. They're not angling backwards. It's not hidden behind any curve.
I already explained to you that you're going to see these mountains from that distance, that you won't be able to see anything angling away from you at that distance. And of course, if it was further away, you wouldn't be able to see it at fucking all. Plus, you already said yourself, at that distance, it almost looks flat because you lose your 3-dimensional perspective of it. You are the biggest fucking moron I've ever had the displeasure to fucking watch.
You live on a flat plane. This blows my mind that you can see 142 miles away. Goes to show just how high these mountains are.
Exactly, Craig's Andrew. Wow, finally a little bit of intelligence in this fucking dismal video. But I bet you're going to try and say that, oh, he's wrong and he shouldn't be able to see it if the world was really round. Oh, for fuck's sake. You are such a dickhead.
And how flat this place is. Yeah, I've never seen the night sky more clearly than in the past few days. Maybe this is all part of the stay inside, stay inside. They've been really telling people to stay inside these days. And maybe it has something to do with this.
Right, now you're being a dangerous fucking moron. People are being asked to stay at home and stay inside and socially distance so we don't spread this deadly fucking virus around and kill more people. Now, you might be healthy enough that if you happen to get this, you're going to be fine. You may even just experience it like a little tiny fluey cold sort of thing. But if you are out there and you go and give it to an elderly person, or somebody with an immunodeficiency, or just somebody who is generally not quite as well as perhaps you are, you might fucking kill them. You absolute inconsiderate fucking asshole.
Maybe certain things are more obvious now. And I think it might have something to do with, I think they have been putting a lot of 5G, doing a lot of strange building things while people have been cooped up indoors.
Really? They've been building lots of shit whilst people are being cooped up indoors. You know those people who are building things are also subject to the social distancing rules. Those sort of things have calmed down as well because those people have to social distance. 5G towers are not a danger to you. Radio waves are not going to give you cancer or coronavirus or fucking kill you. You absolute fucking moron. Learn some fucking science.
But also, here's another reason. This proves that the Earth is flat. Sarcasm, but it's not sarcastic, it's true.
If you want to say that somehow coronavirus proves that the Earth is flat, you're going to have to do a lot fucking better than you've done so far in this fucking video. In all honesty, Mr. Wormhat, you are probably one of the dumbest people it has ever been my misfortune to debunk.
About flat earthers, but Sindhu Ganga Plain is really flat. I think that there's a lot of places on Earth where people do believe it's flat, and I've been told before from somebody in, I think it was Thailand, they were like, over in Thailand, nobody takes NASA seriously. They're like, everybody knows that's a bunch of BS over there.
Oh, for goodness sake. I suppose you're going to tell me that NASA existed back when the Greeks were actually figuring out that the Earth was round. Hey? Was there a NASA of Greece? Did they pay Aristophanes to make up the whole round Earth thing? Did they really? Did they pay him in shekels to go and measure the circumference of the Earth? Did they? Is this what you think, you absolute fucking pillock?
There. And so just this comment, the way that this person said, oh, this plane is really very flat. There probably are a lot of people that know that the NASA stuff is BS and that this place is really flat.
You people and your NASA fucking conspiracy. NASA does not dictate how the world is to anyone. NASA is just one organization that is tasked with exploring space. Scientific organizations are all separate. Scientific endeavor is separate but collaborative. Science comes to a consensus of things based on the evidence. We have substantial evidence to prove that the Earth is round, and we had that before we even went into space. So for you to say that this is a big NASA thing and NASA wants you to believe this is just fucking bullshit. The fact that you think it could be a worldwide conspiracy. We don't have that much organization in the world over the things we need that much organization in, let alone some shit like this which wouldn't even matter. Because if science had the evidence that the world was flat, science would say the world is flat. But it isn't, it's fucking round, and you're a fucking idiot. I've had enough of this. This guy is such a fucking idiot. I am done. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, if you liked it, please click the thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And then maybe click the little bell so that you know when I'm putting out new content. And please, please, even if you're watching a fuckhead like this, please, please don't choke on the selfie stick.